Hello guys, it's me Nilesh Maruti, and today I'm going to be seeing the Resurgent Bharat history textbook for class 8. Now, I also am going to mention that I am going to do a new thing that is usually in my educational videos, like the ones in my Radiant Bharat videos. The links are in the description below. I usually make the video about 30 minutes long, but now I'm going to be changing that to just 10 minutes. Okay, so yeah, let's start with the first lesson, Europeize Bharat. Without further ado, learning outcomes. Discuss the social and political conditions in Bharat during the late 18th century. Examine how the Europeans entered into Bharat and what were their motives. Appreciate the Indian rulers who defended our country. So we're going to see about the social and political conditions in Bharat during the 18th century. We're also going to examine how the Europeans came into Bharat and what were their goals or motives. We're going to also appreciate the rulers who defended our country, like we're going to do in the entire book. Introduction. Our country Bharat has a civilizational history that is more than 10,000 years old. Our economic prosperity, cultural diversity, scientific heritage, intellectual prowess, architectural grandeur, etc., made the entire world look at us with awe. At the dawn of the 11th century, the greedy eyes of the Turkic and Arabic invaders fell on Bharat. Intruding right into the mainland of Bharat, the fanatical invaders plundered and devastated our country. Wave after wave of unthinkable aggression swept our land. Yet there was never a dearth of brave hearts in our country. Valorous kings and queens like Prithvi Raj, Hamir Singh, Krishnadevaraya, Maharana Pratap, Shivaji Maharaj, Tarabai, Guru Gobind Singh, and many others rose to the occasion and challenged Islamic imperialism. Constant resistance and resilience of the Mughals, of the Marathas, Rajputs, Sikhs during the middle of the 18th century made the Mughals insignificant. During the 16th century, European trading companies set their foot on our soil and looking to exploit the immense riches that Bharat possessed. Soon they went on to become our rulers. So yeah, our country Bharat basically means, if you don't know what Bharat means, let me just say. Bharat is basically India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Burma, not Burma, Bhutan, Nepal, and Sri Lanka. So all these countries as one was called as Bharat, and the British came, they split it into India, Pakistan, and the other countries. So yeah, we have a civilizational history that is more than 10,000 years old, and we had economic prosperity, cultural diversity, heritage, and intellectual prowess, architectural grandeur, and all. So the entire world was looking at us with an awe. Awe means a feeling of respect and wonder. So yeah, when the 11th century started, the Turkic and Arabic invaders decided to come into Bharat and they intruded. The fanatical invaders plundered and devastated India or Bharat, wave after wave. So if brave rulers kill one batch off, the next batch immediately came, but there was never a dearth. The dearth basically means scarcity of brave hearts in the country. There were valorous kings like Prithvi Raj, Hamir Singh, Krishnadevaraya, Maharana Pratap, Shivaji Maharaj, Tarabai, Guru Gobind Singh, and many others challenged imperialism. So yeah, the Marathas, Rajputs, and Sikhs in the middle of the 18th century resisted against the Mughals, and made them insignificant. So during the 16th century, the European trading companies, such as the Dutch East India Company, Portuguese East India Company, and so on, wanted to exploit the riches that Bharat possessed. They came here for trading, but then they ended up ruling us. In this chapter, we will understand who were the European powers that competed for Bharat and how they established their power. Of the various European powers, it was the British who established a long-lasting empire on our soil. This year, we will be studying how the British exploited our country for over 2 centuries. We will also study the lives of great people who challenged British colonialism, ultimately paving the way for our independence. So yeah, in this chapter we're going to see how the Europeans, the Portuguese, French, Dutch, Danish, British, how they all came into India, and we're going to see how the British took power and took us over for more than 200 years in the following pages. Political situation during 18th century. During the middle of an 18th century, the largest landmass of Bharat was ruled by the Marathas. Chhatrapati Shivaji envisaged an independent kingdom and called it Hindavi Swaraj. The seeds he had sown 100 years before grew into a huge tree that offered shade and breeze to the masses of Bharat who were getting scorched under the heat of the tyrannical rule under the Mughal king Aurangzeb. After Shivaji, his son Sambhaji continued to resist the Mughals, and then an aggressive expansion was carried forward under the Peshwas, notable of whom was Bajirao I. The Marathas occupied Delhi in 1757 and their empire reached its zenith in 1760. The Maratha Empire spread from Peshawar, that is Pakistan today, in the west, parts of Kashmir in the north, Bengal in the east, and Tamil Nadu in the south. There were also some territories that did not fall under the Marathas. Punjab was under the Sikh missiles. Please forgive me if the pronunciation was wrong, and you could help me out by saying the correct pronunciation in the comments below. The kingdom of Mysore was under Hyder Ali and his son Tipu Sultan. The south of Malabar coast, present-day Kerala, was under the rule of the kingdom of Calicut called Samrutri or Zamorin by the Portuguese, and the kingdom of Travancore, which is modern-day Thiruvananthapuram, who alongside with the Marathas played a significant role in guarding the long western coast of our country. And now as you can see, this is Bharat or India in the 1750 AD. So as you can see, the orange is Maratha Empire. As you can see, it's the biggest here, and the blue is Mysore, that's Afghanistan. This is the Sikh missiles. So actually what they're saying is that the Maratha Empire spread from Peshawar. So Peshawar is kind of like here in Pakistani border. Okay, I think this was changed a bit, but yeah. So Chhatrapati Shivaji sown seeds for an independent kingdom and called it as Hindavi Swaraj. He envisaged it. Envisaged means envision or imagine. And in 1760, his dreams were achieved. The Maratha Empire reached its zenith. A zenith means its peak or highest point. Okay. Kingdom of the Sea. When we study history, we look at the various kingdoms, their kings, the wars they fought. We tend to overlook the crucial happenings at the seas, which in reality cover 3/4 of the earth. The western coast of Bharat had an extensive sea trade with the Arabian and European world, and the eastern coast with the Southeast Asian countries. Because of flourishing maritime commerce and business, fierce competition broke out over control of the seas and its different shores. The Mughals, who ruled large portions of Bharat by the end of the 16th century, failed to recognize the importance of everything related to the sea trade, the navy, the necessity to guard the coast, and the kind. Around this time, the Europeans started encroaching upon the world via the sea. They were in search of new lands, wanting to establish trade and business opportunities there. They reached the west coast of Bharat and tried to gain control over the land. So yeah, when we're looking at history, we often see the kings such as Marathas, Hyderabad kings, the Carnatic rulers and all. But we overlook actually what's happening in the seas. The seas cover 3/4 of the earth. You would have heard that in geography. So yeah, the Mughals were extremely ignorant and did not even care about the navy necessity to guard the coast, sea trade, and the time. So by that time, Europe was starting to encroach upon the world via the seas. They were in search of new lands. They wanted to establish trade and business opportunities there. So yeah, they reached the coast of Bharat and tried to gain control over the land. So here you can see the trade routes. So as you can see what they also have. So that's all for this video. I will be covering the second part, understanding colonialization, in the next part that will be coming soon. So until then, bye bye. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this video.